super hot on the Wraith King all the times. The Slark, he played really well on it, but it was such a hard game as we've seen, and we know Brian, he's had it a million times now. Just the Slark just looked a little bit lackluster overall in the game. Nico Baby on the Wraith King, much more comfortable, but they had to know this was coming, right? On Tundra,
yes,
they picked Doom, they picked Puck, they picked these big ultimate heroes that Wraith King loves to play with, in particular that Doom. So they have to have a game plan ready for it. They take the Lion as the last one, and let's see if that's going to be enough to deal with this Nico Baby Wraith King. As he's had so many games where he is countered a bit, and either way, he does still have these phenomenal games. So yeah, we'll see if it does end up working out. Because they do have that Lifestealer matchup, which can be good. Percent-based damage, as they were saying. Lifestealer and the Doom with the Infernal Blade will be effective versus those strength heroes overall, but will it be enough?
But how much of this is just addressing the Nico Baby Wraith King, in the sense, right? Because you need to have, a plan to deal with everything that they've got with this lineup.
It is, but it's also addressing other things. Like, they did leave that Limp Tiny, but they do have ways to do it. And that's why they picked, the Doom and the Lifesteal afterwards. These high percentage-based heroes that also just eat a Tiny if he does make a couple mistakes forward. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, this will be an interesting one, and we'll see what S4 can do this time. He did have a bit of a rough time on the Centaur in the last game. He was just getting hunted. I think Fada had his number. This one, it looks like he should have a lot better of a time. He's not dealing with just like a one-to-one counter in the support position. Sure, he has to worry a little bit about Lifestealer and laning phase, but yeah, I think S4 should have a much easier time getting some clean initiations this game.
And I mean, the other thing that you have to keep in mind too is the positioning of Hanskin, right? He's on his Shadow Demon. This is a hero he really excels on, so he is going to be able to provide some sort of a save, which is always very, very nice in case things...
top already.
Top lane, yeah, already.
Boom.
Fata. It's got to be the first blood, and the aggression is on here from Alliance.
Yeah, this is a stronger lane as well, too. Rubik Centaur, it's not a weak lane by any means, but Shadow Demon is his own different beast now. This hero has gotten so many buffs over time. Illusions lasting 11 seconds at level 1, ridiculous. And later stages, he'll always have saves, different ways to turn fights around too, versus like, let's say, Doom or Coils, able to buy time for his team to be able to arrive. Yeah, I really like this pickup this time.
I mean, that's one thing that's really nice with this Alliance lineup here is they have ways to reset. You've got 2 lives on Nico Baby, hopefully, as long as, he has the mana available or he gets the shard. And then, of course, you have the reset. You've also got Stampede, so if you don't want to be in that position, you can just Stampede out. Whereas Tundra, a little bit more all in on this stuff here.
Yeah.
You can't really poke. You can poke with a puck, but at the same time, once you use that Dream Coil, it's down. Snapfire Kisses, same thing.
Yeah. Effective, though, versus Stampede, right? Like, if he does get the coil when Stampede's going off, they have the follow-up. They do have some great damage to be able to throw into it here. And we're already here starting off the lanes. We're seeing a pretty big advantage coming off from Alliance, especially in mid lane, as we do expect. Limp, so comfortable in these matchups. He's played Tiny versus Puck 1,000 times, snaking.
Ooh, the double stun lane. This is a problem here. One more hit. Oh, no, he at the last second, FNG will claim the snaking.
Much easier kill lanes this time, too, on the side of Tundra, on the side of Alliance, sorry. This time they don't have a Wyvern. A Slark can be a little bit more defensive. This time it's full aggressive posture. Double stuns, Grimstroke thrives off of these type of plays, too. 33, he likely won't go down here because of how beefy he is with that armor, but yeah, snaking. Has to be super careful with his positioning there. Does go down the first time already.
Stuns win games, man.
They do.
Gotta have them.
And they hit level 2 first. That's always the important thing to look at those side lanes is who hits 2 first? The aggressive side or the defensive side is, that time the aggressive side thrives.
A little bit of mind games too, right? Because you've already got 1 death on your lane. You're like, oh God, I have to play so carefully. We can't afford to have, this hero go and just snowball out of control as well.
You just got to be a little more careful on the side of snaking. And that does mean Nico Baby now won't be under any pressure this game. I mean, it was similar like last game, though. He was under no pressure as the Slark, but as we said, Nico Baby Wraith King, a totally different story. That's just a stronger hero overall in the patch.
And the
actually
timings.
Pushes buildings, too. That's the thing that they had the Death Prophet last game to hit these objectives, but when I'm watching Slark, like, he has to just go for kills. He can't ever actually go for objectives. His top.
The setup again, immediately. Rage coming out from Skeeter, but Cookie hop forward does manage to stun up S4, so he's got to be a little bit careful.
Skeeter.
Although there's plenty of damage being dumped over onto the Lifestealer as well.
Yeah, he goes for the Orb of Venom in the lane to try to fight back versus the Centaur, but a ton of damage that does come out between Centaur and Shadow Demon, even at the first 2 levels, and it just gets worse. That's the thing is, like, Shadow Demon, when you get level 3, especially 2, you can apply a lot more pressure onto that top lane. Skeeter's falling quite behind again this time around. This time he's not a Medusa, though, so he doesn't have the freedom to just go to jungle, farm some stacks. Lifestealer is not that type of hero.
And again, a lot of it comes down to, I feel, especially in this past, and even the previous patch, right? It's a lot about stacks. It's about, making these these camps set up very, very nicely and just accelerating the farm.
Oh,
For your
snaking.
cores. Yeah, he's just wandering on through. Limp's going to be able to get the water rune and the top.
He's able to secure the one, but yeah, Limp able to get his own. Level 5 already on Limp, both mid laners evened out here.
And this is the nice thing about having 33 on this Doom, too, is the fact that Snake King does wander off. He is going to try to, you know, secure up a rune or whatnot, and 33 is going to be fine against this combination.
Yeah, okay, and 33 actually opts to get the mana burn creep. Okay. I thought he was going to take the purge creep in this lane. He's playing versus Inkswell. I've seen so many times lately where I just see like an Inkswell comes out of Doom, just instantly Doom with that purge creep and is able to dispel it. But the mana burn is also just as effective. They won't be able to cast those spells if they're out of mana.
What game was it where we had the Doom mid against the Batrider and he managed to get the purge creep?
I think that was Iceberg versus Mellow Jewel or something. I can't remember exactly who it was who was playing the Bat. But yeah, he just he won the game because he got a small creep.
Yeah.
The Batrider could do nothing the whole game. Yeah. Nice snag. That was a nice play by 33 using the mana burn to steal the big Satyr. Okay, a little clever usage.
Fata is getting a lot of attention here, but of course does have the cookie hop down to the low ground.
And they'll drag the way, but I think Skeeter's fine with that. He's like, oh, thank you, Fata. Thank you for dragging them away from me. As Fata now maybe can even get a ward up with his movement. Yeah, he can. So nice little play there from that Snapfire. Also going to check out to see if the bounty rune is still here in the opposite triangle, as we do see that Snapfire making the moves, even looking to pressure perhaps mid. The coil is available.
I think you need a +1. Oh, yeah, you do have the +1 over there. So you could potentially try to make moves, but I don't know.
Nah,
I feel like it's still really hard, right?
As soon as he skills his ultimate, that's when you know you can't make the move. The bonus armor is just way too much for you to make an aggressive move. As top. He's got rage, but it does not remove those poison stacks, as we know. Undispellable now, Shadow Poison. So as soon as the rage wears off, he does take the damage anyway.
Bottom lane, some plays being made over here onto 33 as they do have the stun. Not quite enough damage though, like we talked about. Just gonna be able to bully a bit.
Yeah.
But it is, of course, a Doom. Not the easiest hero to take down.
These skeletons are pushing him away, though. 33 might actually just have to heal. He's got no mana, no health. And Nico Baby is going to continue to just get, like we said, absolute free farm. All three lanes looking really hot this time for Alliance. Doom is still getting that extra farm. And, okay, he's actually sticking around. They have a salve and a clarity for him from Snaking.
Look at the way that S4 is able to just bully Skeeter here in this top lane.
Yeah,
he's really got no cares in the world here. And yes, it is a life stealer. Oh my god.
He's just, I mean, this is a problem. This Centaur already has the Vanguard and Boots finished up so early on. Skeeter is kind of forced out of lane. Do they have any regen for him? They have Tangos, but not quite enough.
Another hit there. They'll be able to stun S4 by Skeeter a little bit more time, but...
Yeah, Skeeter's really struggling. These pesky illusions, too. The one scary thing is also, he bought Orb of Corrosion, so those illusions, they work against you, but 9!
Ooh, 9 with a good rotation. Can they finish off the center, though? He's looking for the Stomp. He's holding on to it. Will be able to survive. Stomp comes in. He'll turn back around. He does fall, though, as Fata should also go down, but they managed to get the Courier, and that is the Boots for S4.
Quick move from 9. Haste Rune to the top lane to help out his lifesteal, who desperately needs it. Skeeter maybe now gets some final breathing room as 9. Yeah, he makes up for the fact that they were getting quite smashed up there. Yeah, I'm surprised he actually did buy it. He did finish up Orb of Corrosion on the lifesteal. I can understand why versus Centaur, but into Shadow Demon, that just means the illusions hit you with Orb of Corrosion as well. It's actually one of the more painful things when you do build that versus these illusions.
Or in some cases, they go and they take the lifestealer illusions and have them hit over on Fata.
Yep.
Always feels bad.
Oh, man. He does have a salve. He's going to backpack his Bracer and his Corrosion for a second there to get some more efficiency. Snaking takes the mid lane for a moment while 9 makes the rotation. So nice efficiency and good aggressive move from Tundra early on. But as we said, Nico Baby free farm. So.
And the timings are much different when you have a Wraith King. Unlike the Slark, where, you know, like you said, not the greatest at farming. It really needs to get those kills nice and early on. But Fenji's going to grab himself an Arcane Rune.
This Wraith King is going to have quite an item advantage over our Lifestealer, for sure. He just farms at such a fast pace with skeletons. You can actually pressure buildings, too. It's a completely different hero than the Slark, absolutely. Good start again for Alliance. And FNG, he's even going to... Okay, so FNG's trying to maximize, too. Look at this Grimstroke. He's farming with an Arcane Rune. He's farming a stack right now. So just efficiency plays, right? He knows he doesn't need to help Wraith King. He doesn't see anywhere he's needed on the map. So, sure, just farm some jungle.
Be a little greedy. Finds a fairy trinket. Life is good.
He's like, oh, I'll take this. Just kidding. Here you go, Limp. Take this fairy trinket.
Come back here. Please take this.
He's like, come here. I know Ocean Heart's great, but Limp, come on.
Come here. No, you're running the wrong way.
Yeah, I'll pass it over to him in a second here, I'd imagine, but he's actually still hanging on to it.
All right.
Ocean's Heart is also very effective on mid laners, of course, but...
Spend a lot of time in the water.
Yeah. 9.
Well, they got the silence off, but won't be able to go and chain stun the puck this time around.
They tried. A Skeeter again, disrupted up top.
He's got the rage.
He's able to sneak away this time.
Oh, he turns
around.
In.
He wanted to infest, but he gets stunned up.
Snake King over here is going to walk into Limp. He's got the toss up into the air, but now the rest Dreamcore's going to get used over on FNG.
Gets a return kill. Oh man, Skeeter.
That's costly.
Yeah, he perhaps. I think he just thought he could. He knew he couldn't run away because of the stampede, but then he tries to go for the infest, but too much damage, and he actually does end up going down.
Well,
Big moves though.
Yep, they get S4.
9. Salvaging the early game, the disaster at least for the top lane.
He has been making all the right moves here, it seems.
He has.
Good rotations coming out because they know they have to get this farm online here for Skeeter.
Skeeter, but he's into mid, and there is a Phantom to silence him.
The silence, the ink swell. Snake King's on his way. He's gonna try as he manages to go in and infest here. So looks like Skeeter is going to survive this, but definitely feeling that pressure.
I'm very surprised they didn't pass the fairy trinket to Limp. He's still hanging on to Ocean. I feel like the extra magic damage there might have made the difference, but yeah, I guess FNG's just gonna hang on to it. It is also effective on Grim, and as we said, the Ocean Heart, he's pretty much full mana, full health, always is tiny to make moves, but yeah, maybe missing a little bit of that extra damage there.
Well, he's hoping he could get his hands on it. He has to be careful that there is a sentry ward dropped over on the side.
Yeah, they know he grabbed that Invis rune. Fada is covering himself.
Just skirting the sides here. Waiting patiently. Is anybody gonna show up? Anybody home? He's gonna go right underneath this ward, so Fata immediately knowing no blink available just yet for Limp.
Yeah, Creep gives it away as well, too. But they'll be able to put pressure onto the tower. We do see 9 is still set up around here. They don't have the kisses just... Oh, no, they do have kisses, actually. Fada has the 6.
Yeah, there it is. There's the kisses with the Dream Coil as S4 is all leashed up. Cookie Hop forward here is going to try to just dodge away from this avalanche. A good save, though, coming out from Hanskin. They use the Stampede. Can they run out in time? Is 33. He's a fast demon. Nice stomp, though, here from S4. Was it enough? Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Look how fast 33 is.
He's trying to get on him.
The orb is coming in, but no. They won't be able to slay him. Not today. Not yet.
And a rotation, and a coil, and a kiss is used to net them nothing. They defend the tower, but it's costly, and it's probably going to go down to the next move right away. It's 160 HP on that top tower, as Nico Baby now probably knows, hey, all the ults are down. Free lane even more so for him, as this Radiance is going to come out at a crazy time. Lifestealer is going to take a long time to recover.
5.4k over here on Nico Baby, farming up a storm, and this time around they have the tower push, like you said. We'll clear up some of the Skelly men, though. Teleport coming out here. The Hex out. Try to drain some of that mana, but again, Nico Baby should be able to just walk away. Skeeter trying to get off some of these value clicks, though, as he's doing it. And there is a Grimstroke here. Throughout that slow. The rest of the team is chasing after Nico Baby, but not going to be able to quite close that gap.
I think this is where Skeeter's home should be. Top and mid, just too scary for him versus the Tiny and the Centaur. Does have to stick around here.
We're very close to that Blink Dagger for Limp, and that's when things start to really amp up here for Alliance.
Yeah, S4 is also a total beast this game. He's got the Vanguard in the hood already at 12 minutes. This is some good timings again here for Alliance, as long as they can put a little bit more pressure than they did the last time. But they do have the overall really good carry that does match up even in the later stages, even if they do make some mistakes this time.
But surely this time around, it's easier to make the plays, right?
Yes,
because last time, you know, you had a Slark. It's a very specific hero. You have to play very specifically with it. And then the Medusa, of course, obviously, you know, she's able to be farming off by herself. She was, I wouldn't say that she, was she ahead? They were really neck and neck for a long time until they started taking all the stacks.
Yeah, they were neck and neck.
It's a little bit different this time around, right? The Lifestealer falling a bit behind, and Limp obviously, you know, with this Tiny is able to do a lot with it. Yeah, and he's versus like he's got the counter pick versus the puck too, so 9 can be under some pressure here too if he does get caught by the combo. If he gets tossed first up, he's very likely to die from any follow-up disables. FNG just trying to soak up some of this here. They don't see him in the tree line, so he's able to just teleport out, and Tundra will send 4 heroes down to this bottom area.
Yeah, and this is definitely the place for Skeeter to be.
Oh, they're smoked up. They're looking for a play here. In fact, they should be able to go and find themselves a
That's the blink reveal.
Puck there.
Picture perfect, and they can set up and swing right for the mid tower. Kisses are going to be used just to push them away from it.
They fortify. They still have those creeps. A little bit longer here. Rotation is on, though.
Tundra. Don't want to be losing this tier 1 tower.
No, but in the bottom lane.
Oh my. The Limp Tiny, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a reason why the sky is feared on this hero.
The moment he gets blink, gets 1 kill, kills the secondary core, denies the tower, Yeah, great moves coming out from Alliance. 2k gold advantage, and that's our Relic, I believe, for our Wraith King coming out already, while our Lifestealer just dies, and he doesn't even have the armlet finished up, and Jesus, look at these
Look at these stacks. Oh, this is what I like to see when there's a Shadow Demon online. I want to see some big, juicy stacks. Gonna make some illusions here of 9 with that disruption, and it's just gonna push him back. He's taking a decent amount of damage from himself.
Yeah, he is. And there's always going to be this unfortunate thing for Skeeter too, is Demonic Purge. One of the bane of all carries. Sure, there's a Doom on one side, but he's playing into Wraith King, so Wraith King doesn't care so much. Lifestealer getting Demonic Purged is devastating. He has to pretty much immediately infest and just sit inside of it during the whole duration of the fight.
Well, now they've got to figure out how do you poke, how do you get onto the back lines here and deal with Hanskin.
You need the
He
blink.
is very important.
Yeah, you just need 9 to get a blink dagger. He's gone for the Witchblade. He wants to go for more of that greedy thing because it's appropriate. He wants to be able to scale as well, but that does mean that their fighting is quite impossible. Oh, baby, look at this.
Ooh.
This is just so nice. Look at us.
That's happy. He's in his own little world here. Maybe he'll share with Nico Baby. Yeah, you know, the family that farms together stays together.
That's true. I like that. Skeletons up. S4 is like, let me get like 3 or 4 of these. I'm very close to Blink.
I'm very close to Blink.
Yeah. Nico Baby's like, yeah, actually, you can tank these two because these are hitting me pretty hard.
It's a symbiotic relationship, you know. The S4 and the Nico Baby in their natural habitat here in the triangle area.
Nice, perfect. It's just enough stacks, actually. Beautiful by Hanskin. Radiant's about to be done. Blink is done too. S4 says thank you to his teammate. Probably to both of them. Yeah, beautiful. 3k gold advantage. And Tundra, they're just sitting back trying to farm to recover after this really tough start for Skeeter. They have plays they can make with Infest, but I don't know if they even want to bring Skeeter into any action at this point, because if he dies, the game could just end very quickly, as he'll never be able to catch up to Wraith King.
It's all about clicking those buttons real fast, because you know that there is going to be a Limp Tiny hunting you. There is going to be an S4 looking to stomp you. Fast fingers, boys. Fast fingers.
Yep, and gotta always watch out for these like phantoms and little silences that'll be coming into play too. Clean from Alliance again. This start here, 3k gold advantage, and yeah, it's just gonna be a lot harder for Tundra to recover this time.
Skin is silenced, the finger, and that's a nice pick off here for 9. Working on that Blink Dagger like we talked about.
Yep. Any kill they can get right now.
Limp
Can make a second move. Limp is pretty
the
far up.
avalanche and the toss has already been used as they'll stun him. Immediately throwing out the Doom as well. The TPs are coming out. It's a lot of heroes making their way down here to the bottom lane to ensure that Limp is slowed down.
Nice move. Tundra finally hit back in the game. And that is 38 seconds with no Tiny. Skeeter gets some freedom. They also get 9 to be able to move around with an Invis rune. See if we can find anything else. They are going to go for the Infest. Okay, they are doing it nice and early on here. They want to try to get a tower advantage, and they can blow up anybody here. As Hanskin shows.
He shows over on this tower.
They're going to dive him.
Look at this. Yeah, immediately, especially knowing that Disruption is not going to be there to save him.
Oh, S4, he jumps in for the stun, but snaking so fast.
Yeah, they do, and they've got all the kisses here. They'll go, they'll use a Stampede, they'll link them up, though. Nico Baby finding the kill, does have that Inkswell on him. Will chase down over here onto Skeeter. They want to take him out, but they're not going to be able to quite get their hands on him just yet. The slow, the Wraith Fire Blast, the toggle comes out here. Can they keep him alive in time? Skeeter, no, he will fall to Nico Baby as the King is on the hunt. He's looking for 9. Can he get there? Does have that radiance. He's burning down over here on 9. It's pretty hard for him to get his hands on it, though. So.
He is so farmed. He's got Radiance, and they actually have Solar Crest already at this point. FNG, as we said, he was being a bit greedy on this Grimstroke. Solar Crest plus Radiance, they might even be able to threaten a Roche pretty soon early on here. This is just great stuff here from Alliance. Even though they get the quick early stun onto the S4 when he does jump in, doesn't matter. The Wraith King, he's ready to battle. He's ready to join in. And Skeeter again. As we said, you know, this is why I was concerned about him jumping in for this Infest. Like, him dying there, that cripples his game completely. Now he's going to be super far. He already was very far behind, but he just farms at this much slower pace than a Radiance Wraith King and just a natural Wraith King as is.
Ooh, Skeeter.
Puts him in a very tough spot now this game, as he's the most important hero in the game for his team.
Well, there's a cookie hop forward, and stuff is happening behind that. Okay, it's a dead FNG. Blink Dagger completed now for Nico Baby. This game is just going to get harder and harder. They're going to be able to get the jumps in.
Yep. So many forms of initiation. And it's really just the Puck who's the form of initiation on the side of Tundra, who, if he gets caught, he's dead. If he just gets caught by the Tiny combo perfectly, Limp will kill him now, especially with Echo Saber.
I mean, 9 is making fantastic plays around the map, but they keep doing this. They keep going for the lifesteal and Fest Bomb. Do they just feel so pressured that he can't catch up otherwise?
I think they're just feeling that like if he just sits back and farms, he's just going to get ganked and die as this lifestealer. So I mean, honestly, this might actually be the right move. Just trying to catch them when they do have vision. If they can catch some Alliance when they're split up, they can make good moves, as they do see FNG under the ward. And now Alliance is split up.
They are indeed here as they go and use the Doom over on S4. These long-range kisses not going to be able to quite land over here on S4, but they still will get the kill, and that's 2 kills now for Skeeter, who desperately needs them.
Yeah, that was good. That was very nice. This time around, he does get enabled nicely. That's using that ward to its perfection. They did see a moment of opportunity to strike, and they took it. They do have Coil still available, too. 9 was able to hang on to that. Line slipping up a little bit here.
Nico Baby still farming, still trying to defend this middle tower as well. And we can see Hanskin, he's working on that Ag Scepter. That's going to be very important.
It's going to make, as always, it's always going to make these carries' lives quite miserable. Nothing to really, I mean, actually the break isn't that bad versus Lifestealer either. It's quite effective, actually, versus both of these passives. But just the slow is that strong, yeah. As the jump, Nico Baby.
Oh, Skeeter.
Oh, he just finds a stack instead. He's like, I don't even want you. Thank you.
And Limp over in the mid lane. The toss up, the Inkswell. The cookie up for the Fabata does buy a bit more time, so we'll protect 33, but the stack is getting chewed up here by Nico Baby and the boys.
33 will have Blink Dagger now done. So 2 forms of initiation for the side of Tundra. That'll make it a lot easier for them to get into the back onto this Tiny and Centaur.
But Tiny is working on that BKB now.
Yes.
Bottom lane, Skeeter.
Ooh, does scurry away. He'll be able to rage TP.
That's about to come off cooldown. He's being patient though. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, he has to.
He has to, no way.
If he doesn't rage, I'd be so scared because you just get clipped by a shadow poison, you get disrupted,
like,
and then you're dead. Yep, so good on him that he does play it nice and safe.
Makes sense. Blink now picked up for the Doom. Gotta try to get onto some of those back lines. It seems like S4, of course, he is always the one who is presenting his body very forward, so he ends up eating the Doom, and he's okay with that because he's tanky. Little disruption here on Nico Baby. Just gonna push out the waves, get a little farm online here, help get towards that nice Aghanim's timing.
Yep, Radiance Illusion's the best. Love to play with those. Doom back up very soon on the side of Tundra. Still getting some pretty good item timings as they have slowed down, as we said. They slowed down Alliance's big lead there. Well, big lead, I said. It's 3K, 4K, but some nice aggressive moves with the Infest are working out for them. They're going to try it again.
They're recovering nicely.
Yeah.
That's the big thing going here for Tundra, is that this lifestealer was starting to fall very far behind. 9 on the hunt, though. S4 coming
Alliance is
corner.
swinging. They're bringing all 5 heroes up here.
I don't think that's who you want to go on here, 9, but it's waiting patiently.
Ooh, they deward the ward, so they do know that Alliance is probably positioned over here on the right. 9, he is going to try to just scurry himself away from them. Find the creep wave. Maybe finish off the tower quickly. There's a glyph, though.
They're swinging around. They're not.
And Alliance doing Roche. They've got this minus armor from the Solar Crest, DD, Tiny, Wraith King with the Hyperstone.
Immediately blinking forward. Not going to be able to go cancel out the TP as 9 is already just orbed away. So this Roche belongs to Alliance. There's nothing that Tundra can do about this.
The second worst thing that Doom hates playing against. Not just 1 life, not just 2 lives, but 3. But they actually just give it to Limp so he can actually play more aggressively. And I think Nico Baby might be feeling to a point that he might not die.
I mean, he hasn't died yet, so makes sense. I do like the way that 9 is constantly trying to poke, trying to, you know, push out these waves. He's one of the few heroes over here that can do it, right? He's the only one that really has a nice escape. For now.
Looking like they might want to make a move onto S4. They're bringing all 3 Blink heroes down bottom. Snake King has his Blink, 9 Blink, 33 Blink. Yeah, but still too many heroes in the area.
They scan, though.
Yeah, they do scan.
Might be going for...
They might actually look to... 9 is just very low on mana. I wouldn't like if they tried to make the jump here. He's getting his mana prepared in case something does happen. But Alliance looks so aware of this. Look at their positioning.
Yes.
They might even just jump 9.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. There's Limp. Not going to be able to quite stun lock. They do have the Phantom's Embrace over here on 9. Already you can see 33 and Snaking. They're high-tailing it out. They want nothing to do with this.
Has to get the toss first. He knew it was just a bit out of range. Even with Inkswell, can't get the connection onto the puck. Gonna try again.
Yeah. Doesn't have that follow-up with the Inkswell or the Phantom's Embrace, but puts out a decent amount of damage, and 9 should be able to just teleport out. A little bit risky, though.
Yeah, he was just...
Did you see
He's
that
just playing a
the
little,
support's just backed
crazy.
off there?
I don't think he's at risk, really, of the Grimstroke to catch up to him there.
Okay.
Definitely a little risky, though. He's just cutting waves, trying to buy time. As they need a lot more time for Skeeter still in this game.
Still does not have that Deso online yet.
No. They will have Solar Crest finished for him, at least from behind with the Snapfire. But yeah, he's, like I said, full item behind now, this time again, versus the Wraith King. The cores are keeping up, though. This Doom, as we've seen, Devour, is a magical thing. 33 is incredibly farmed, and he's going to be able to try to counteract the AC, the opposing AC that he is playing against, because Wraith King, he saw the Hyper Spawn was being built. He's going to go for armor to try to enable Skeeter, and Skeeter's going for Deso, so they'll have some good solutions versus this Wraith King.
Pressure on the tier 2s here in the bottom lane, and with some being placed over on the top as well, but look at how fast the tower's just going down right now.
Yep. And
they just can't approach.
They're going to keep going. I think Alliance should keep going with this. Aegis forced them back to base. Look what Tundra's doing right now, right? Split pushing top lane, split pushing mid lane, cutting waves bottom from before. Force them back to base. Get rid of these shenanigans.
How do you kill both of them? That's my question, because Limp's got a second life. You've obviously got the reincarnation over on Nico, baby. How do you slow these boys down?
They're gonna need everybody, but 9, his TP just comes back up. He's gonna come back with the Rax. It's almost dead.
Side. How do you get in there? Cookie out forward again over on the Wraith King, over the back lines though. They spot Skeeter and they spot, oh, the link up over here. The disruption comes out, buys just enough time here as the Sleuth doesn't quite connect.
They're on Nico, baby.
Come out and they're jumping over onto Nico, baby. Yeah, he is doomed up, but he's gonna be coming right. Oh no, he doesn't. He's down. The Desolator being picked up now here from the Lifestealer as 33 is getting these stuns off over on the side, and everything's just so split up. They'll find the kill over onto Fada. Hanskin will fall on the back lines.
Skeeter dies, but so does Nico, baby. I think you take that for Tundra in the position that you're in. They did a great job of just making these double moves in his limp. He's looking for one more, but a bit deep. I think even jumping in there is a little crazy. Even though Tundra did use everything, I think you do have to be very careful now that your Wraith King is then. You don't want any buybacks to come out and you feed, and then your Wraith King is coming back, and you just ended up losing so many. So backing up, right choice here. They're still lingering, maybe perhaps waiting for one type of kill since they do have good vision in the area, but great hit from Tundra. Jumping on the backline, 4-man coil, I believe it was, into the silence, while the poor Wraith King is isolated. He gets killed the once, then they get Doom on him the second time, and they're able to bring him down. They used everything on that first kill with this Mortimer Kisses and everything, so...
It was definitely necessary, because we were asking, how do you kill both of these guys twice? And the answer is, you ignore Limp, go into the back lines here with the Puck and the Lifestealer, and then while this is going down, over on the back lines, it's Wraith King. Can't even see him on the screen. He falls one time, get the Doom off, goes down a second. And without him there, it just, Alliance doesn't feel as strong or as confident.
Tundra's, they're making some really heads-up moves. Real heads-up moves. It's a risky one, but they have to go for it because they're losing their racks. They have to just jump in. They lose Skeeter, as I said, and 9, he dropped very low. He actually it was very close because he got leashed, but then the main target of the leash died, I'm pretty sure, so he gets unleashed, and then he's able to actually disconnect and get away from the fight there. But yeah, a risky move, but they do get a big kill finally onto that Wraith King.
Right, it has to be the connecting person that goes down, right, for it to do a relapse?
Yes.
Right.
They were also so split from everybody else, too. I mean, Tundra was all playing in their base when they made that jump.
No, it was exactly the right play. You needed to split everyone apart, and they just managed to crack them. So a nice play here coming out from Tundra, but they still have to be very aware of the fact that Nico Baby is very much looming in this game.
He is, and yeah, Skeeter, if he lives in that fight, it's huge for Tundra. Like, this comes out, it's kind of even. Of course, like, Tundra maybe favored a little bit in it, but they did have to utilize so much, right? Like, the ults are going to be down for a while now, too, so Alliance, they're going to have some time when the Wraith King respawns to make another hit, because Doom will be down for another, like, 70 seconds when he does respawn.
Well, that and also the fact that, yes, you know, Skeeter has been starting to recover a little bit, but he's still not quite there yet, especially when you see, you know, the fact he's going up against a Wraith King that's got very good farming capabilities, and then the time that he's dead, this is time that he's not hitting creeps. He needs to catch up, and he's not finding that breathing room to be able to do it because, you know, Alliance keeps bringing the fight to them each time, and he has to react. Yeah,
and he just keeps dying. It really is like if he gets out in even one of these situations, it's huge for them. But yeah, 4 deaths this time. 9, as we said, he's the standout this time for them. The Puck, 6-1. 6-1 and 4. 10 of the 12 kills. Been doing an excellent job so far. Has great spell lamp too. Grove Bow plus the Kaya Sange. Kaya Sange, I love this pickup lately on these Pucks when you're playing versus something like Tiny. Makes you tankier. Status are just as great. It does all the effective things that you do need versus those high bursty heroes that you can kind of get punished by.
But you can see too, some of the BKBs are being picked up, or worked on rather, for the side of Alliance here, so.
9 tries to poke onto the tower again here, Hanskin. Continuing to be a nuisance, not letting this mid tower go down.
Doesn't feel good when your illusions are plinking on you and you are itemized the way the puck is. But yeah, BKB is the next item here for the Wraith King, just finishing up that Assault Cuirass as well, just right before that fight, so
yeah,
it's going to make things more difficult, and it's going to put more pressure on this Lifestealer to be able to supply that physical damage, because if he's got the BKB up, Mortimer Kisses don't do a whole heck of a lot.
They're thinking about hitting again here, the Infested,
They do have
looking for the
Hanskin.
back line. They're trying to find Hanskin.
Ooh.
They see him.
They do see him, but there's the rest of
orb.
the team is nearby.
Yeah.
Let's be very careful.
Yeah, they gotta be just a little bit more careful. I mean, the ward is spotting them, though, completely, and Alliance has no idea this ward is here. Alliance, they're gonna go back in. As we said, Doom on cooldown. The game plan was written for them.
They'll slow him down, they'll stun him up a bit. You can see S4 getting into position, though. If anybody tries to go too hard over here on Nico Baby, they'll immediately respond, so.
25 seconds.
Ooh, look at this. They're trying to do the play again here. Oh, the jump forward from Limp.
Silence.
Be able to go stun, silence. Are they going to be able to finish him off? Yes,
They
and
will.
that is going to be
And now
Speeder. He's
Speeder.
stuck over on the cliff.
Oh,
This is
God.
not where he wants to be at all. They're going to try to rain Hellfire down here using this Mortimer Kisses, but the disruption comes up, buys a bit more time. He's just stuck over here on all of this, and they can't do a whole heck of a lot. Toss they go. They leash them up, too. It goes right through that BKB. This is not looking great here, as FNG with the stroke of fate will be able to go get the kill. Snake King the stun up over here on Nico Baby. Slow him down, but now they don't have Skeeter and they don't have 9. They can just waltz right back in there if they
They
like.
sure can. There's a Doom available, but Kisses were used, and 9, we're just praising him. Jumps up onto the high ground, gets his carry stuck. I mean, the vision is up there. He knew it was up there, too, because that's why he jumped up there to de-ward it, but not quick enough to be able to jump down Limp. Quickly gets the combo onto him, and yeah, it's quick disaster for Tundra as now Alliance get a Rex, and perhaps even a second one as they have another 20 seconds.
Oh, the jump forward from Snake King.
Ooh.
That's pretty scary.
That is a very crazy
Oh,
dive.
but 33 over on the back lines. Do they have any stun? They have the disruption. They follow up here with the Inkswell on Nico Baby. This is looking like a dead 33. Do you have to be careful, though? 9 is, of course, back up, and they're going to have the Lifestealer up very, very shortly. So, Alliance, they hit hard, but they're going to be very disciplined, and they're going to back off.
Yep. They got such good map control now, Tundra. Still looking to make these hits, still trying to catch them off guard, playing around this vision when Alliance does split up. But these last few ones, this last one really hurting them, as Hanskin has Ags coming out, by the way, as a Shadow Demon.
Oh, dear.
9. He gets information.
Over on the
They
back
show
lines,
themselves.
though, can they burst down just any of these supports? But they follow up immediately. The Hex coming out from Snaking here. They do manage to take down 9. There's no puck. BKB coming out again. They just focus down Snaking. He's eliminated. As Skeeter, he's chasing after Hansen. He can't even get his hands on the support here. This is not looking good for them as he goes down.
They revealed themselves on the sentry, too. That's why 9 jumps. He sees the 2 supports, but how'd he get insta-stunned? Did he just eat a Wraith Fire Blast, or did he just... I didn't see what actually connected on the stun initially. Maybe it was just S4 getting a clutch stun on him instantly, but... Oh, man, a big slip up for 9, as now that's very likely just the game. I mean, 30 seconds where they don't have the Lifestealer. And yeah, we'll see that again. As he jumps in, what actually catches him with the stun? No, he just gets stunned by Wraith Fire Blast. Oh, a big mistake from 9. He just gets instantly comboed down. He doesn't get the phase shift off.
Nico Baby just struts on in and stuns him up. So, yeah, these Tower and Racks going down the top lane. It's going to be up in about 10 seconds here for the Lifestealer. Puck's coming up, but they lose these buildings. These are very costly mistakes coming out here from the side of Tundra. They can't afford to be making these. And with Ags completed now for Hanskin, this fight gets even harder. And then I believe we're getting very, very close to the Centaur Agnums as well.
Centaur, Ags, BKB, Wraith King. The only way the Wraith King was dying was from all that magic damage from before.
Kisses.
Now it's just not going to be. Yeah, Kisses, Infernal Blade, like the Scorched Earth. That is an overwhelming amount of damage, but
True.
Yeah, BKB, Titan Sliver. Now it's just a clear path for Alliance to take out this game as Tundra.
There it is.
They have to just kind of wait on the high ground here. And now they probably don't even have the damage to deal with the Centaur Stampede either. Pipe, Stampede. It's been mostly magic damage carrying them through any of the fights that they did win. Now there's just solutions. Alliance prepared nicely.
Skeeter just fell so far behind, and they tried to make these plays, right? They're trying to find the solutions. They went and they used the Lifestealer Bomb in 9, and yeah, they got a couple nice kills, but at the end of the day, once these BKBs come in line, so much of their damage over on the side of Tundra just totally negated, as they are smoked up here on the side of Alliance, and they're hoping someone's gonna get greedy and walk into the jungle.
Who's hanging on to this? I keep checking around. They have an Aghanim shard in the FNG inventory, but he's just chilling on it. I don't know. I think maybe he bought it. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, look at a quick pick off over here on Snake King. He dared to step outside his base, and Alliance is not happy about that, so. Yeah, I don't know why they're holding on to the shard like that.
I don't know. I think he bought a second one. I'm not sure what happened.
Buyback now from Snake King. Yeah, they already have that shard online.
Oh well. He's rich.
Man, what's it like to be a rich position 5?
Yeah. Tundra.
I want that.
Looking for the wraparound again.
Nico, though, the jump forward immediately. The Ray Fire Blast over here onto the Snap Fire as they go with the Infest Bomb. Can they blow up Hanskin fast enough? He is leashed up. He's got the Disruption, though, and the BKB over here. They'll turn right back around again. Fanta will fall. Fanta will buy back. Nice
Hanskin's
still
alive.
here. But Nico, baby, just hitting over on the side. They take down Knight, they take down Skeeter, and the chase is on now here. Force making the jump forward, the blink, the toss. They just delete him, and the GG gets called.
They couldn't even take out Hanskin. He able to get the self-disruption off with the Essence Ring, saving his life for a second there is Alliance. This time the game plan works. They get the super farmed Wraith King from the start of the game. Centaur has an excellent start top. Limp with his blink reveal early on, getting 2 huge kills on both cores, as well as getting the tower.